So I was watching an Instagram reel the other day because I don't do TikTok, and um, this person gave us proof that we're living in a simulation. Okay, and I'm not saying that it makes sense. I'm not saying I think that we live in a simulation, but I'm saying that this was compelling evidence that my brain couldn't. I didn't spend a ton of time thinking on it, but I don't think it makes sense.
Wait, so it's evidence as in like, but you don't think it makes sense?
Like it's a glitch, in the
Okay,
Matrix.
okay, yeah.
Okay,
Let's hear it.
it's cars and buses. Okay, so this is what it is. They say that because a car can fit into a lane, the same lane that a bus can fit into, then like that doesn't make sense. It doesn't add
Okay,
up
I've
because
actually thought about this.
because
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
walk into a bus and you can get on and sit down,
And there's so much room.
and there's so much room from one side of the bus to the other side of the bus. But in my car, if I stretch, I can touch both doors,
Yeah.
and we're both fitting in the same. Like, how does that work?
Right. I've thought about this too. Like I mean, my first car was a Mini Cooper, and that was tight. You know, like you
Yeah.
had two seats, and there was barely a center console,
Yeah,
and that's fitting in the same lane. It doesn't seem like it's really that much skinnier than a bus.
I know, like-
that fits like 7 people wide.
well, seven. There's no bus that fits.
Well, like
six.
think about a school bus,
six maybe.
but
three
someone
and
could
three.
stand in the middle aisle.
Okay, sure, but like, yeah, if you ever like pulled up behind a school bus or something,
Yeah, like that's about the same.
yeah, maybe like 2 feet on
Maybe.
both sides, but
2 feet on both sides is a lot, though.
it's 4 feet.
Yes.
That's not that much. I'm not 2 feet wide. I'm like 18 inches.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Is you could fit quite a couple people in that extra 2 feet on both sides.
Well, sure, but then I'm
It
just
definitely
saying
doesn't feel right.
it doesn't feel right.
Something's
questionable.
happening
It's
there.
It's proof that we're living in the Matrix.
Well, I
just
don't know.
think
But
it is.
we definitely went from like a not likely to a okay, maybe. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to
What's
the
up?
Recap Podcast. I am Colin, and this is my co-host.
My name's Ian.
What's up, Ian?
How much? What's up with you?
Oh, just recording the flipping podcast.
The weekly pod,
tonight.
dude. We started a podcast, everybody.
Yes, we did. And like I said, this is the Recap Podcast where we recap our lives and just everything that's going on. Like we talked
Yeah.
about last week, every conversation you have when you talk about something,
Is a recap.
because that thing has already happened.
Exactly.
So you're recapping.
We recap. That's what we do.
Anyway, we're going to start off with a life recap. Ian, you want to hit it up with
Yeah,
that
dude.
first?
I can say what's going on in my life. Not much. It hasn't been a week since we've seen each other.
It is not.
We're recording this episode midweek, so not
On
a ton to
Saturday
talk about.
the 18th
Correct.
at 7:50.
So not a ton to talk about, but I have just I finished up the week at work. I didn't have to work on Friday, so that was just the weather kind of rained us out, and so I just got to like stay home and practice my guitar all day. It was really, really good. I spent a ton of time just grinding on that. It was super fun. Other than that, went to church tonight, played a pretty good set. I felt good about it. Same thing tomorrow morning, 2 more times. Yeah, like that's all that's happened since we've talked. Actually, never mind. I taught my first bass lesson on Wednesday.
That's cool.
That was fun. I had never taught lessons before. I've taken piano lessons, but I haven't taken any bass lessons, so I didn't really have a ton to go off of as far as like how to teach bass lessons.
Yeah.
But I gave it a shot. I have 2 students, and it was both their first lessons, and I think it went pretty well.
Cool.
I was happy with it. Definitely got some like blank stares, which made me go, I need to prepare for this a little bit more next time. So I have plans to prepare for that. I
That's
haven't
cool.
done it
That's
yet,
cool.
but yeah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, dude?
Yeah, are these like are they kids you're teaching or?
Yes. Yeah. 2 younger kids. I think they're both about 13 or so.
Gotcha.
2 younger guys that just have an interest in the instrument.
Mhm.
Actually, one of them is the brother of a really, really good bass player that I know.
Huh.
So that
So
was a
why
little
didn't
bit
his brother teach him?
just time. Didn't have a
Gotcha,
ton of
yeah.
time.
That happens.
So that
You're like,
made me
you're
super
like, I gotta live
nervous.
up to your brother.
Yeah, I know. That made me super nervous. Like, and half the stuff that I know how to do on the bass, like this kid's older brother taught me. So I was like, I feel
You're
so
like, if this doesn't make sense,
unprepared for
please
this.
ask your brother because
Yeah,
he knows this better.
he
than I
knows
do.
this stuff better than me. But so that was just a little nerve wracking. But
Yeah.
no, that went well. That was the only like interesting thing that I did this week.
Cool.
What about you?
Not much. I worked this week, like I do most weeks.
Right.
I'm a tech director at a local church. For those of you who don't know, so I'm doing a lot of the behind the scenes tech kind of stuff, and I was there just earlier today. I go in most Saturday afternoons just for like a couple hours, trying to get everything ready for the next day.
Right.
And that was fun. Nothing really else to report. I thought I was going somewhere with that story, but there's nowhere I'm going.
There's nowhere to go. Yeah, we didn't live super exciting lives.
No.
But life recap is just part of the podcast.
You have
we
to
have
do
to
it.
do it.
It's-
We have to do it.
It's an obligation at this point. We've done it so many times.
Exactly.
So we have to
Exactly. We've
keep
done
the
it
tradition going.
too many times to stop.
All right. Well, I've got something to ask you about.
What's up?
I'm going to list off 10 movies, and I want you to tell me what you think they have in common. Okay?
Okay.
All Quiet on the Western Front,
Okay.
Avatar: The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking.
They've all come out in like the last year.
Yes. You're actually on really close to the right track. Well, I mean,
Okay.
that's not what I was going.
That's not the right
That's
answer.
true. They were all nominated for Best Picture for
Really?
the 2022 Oscars. Yes. Isn't that
Really?
crazy?
That is crazy.
So I haven't even heard of probably half of these.
I watched All Quiet on the Western Front.
I heard it was pretty good.
It wasn't.
Really?
I didn't like it.
Huh.
I didn't actually ever finish it. But I started it. Well, I shouldn't say I didn't like it. There were moments of it that I enjoyed, but for the most part, I was kind of like, this is a boring movie.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about this whole list, to be honest with you. You know, I mean, people criticize the Oscars all the time, as in, like, why is it never movies that people like
Have
that are
watched.
nominated? Or have
Yeah,
even seen?
exactly.
But I think, and that's kind of where I was thinking about going with this when
Yeah.
I wrote it down. But I think the bigger problem is just there are no good movies anymore.
Yes.
I was trying to think.
Yes.
Because I was going to be like, I mean, what about why didn't this movie get nominated or this one?
But there
and then
are
I
no
thought to
good
myself,
movies.
there's no other better movies.
There's no good movies
It's
that
crazy.
have come out. I'm trying to think, like, what have we even gone to? We go to movies a lot
Right.
together. What have we even gone to
I mean,
this year?
I wouldn't put any of this year's Marvel movies up there
Absolutely
as Best
not.
Picture.
Absolutely not.
I would think about the Batman.
Was that this year?
Yes. Because
Okay.
that was nominated for something visual effects, I think.
Okay. I would agree with that. That was a real. I loved that movie.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to me that like movies like that never get
We just-
nominated.
We just can't make good movies anymore. Is what it
Nobody
comes down
nobody
to.
knows how to make good movies. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I didn't see Avatar. Did you see Avatar?
I didn't love the first one. I thought it was very just okay.
Yeah, I've never watched the first one. But yeah, I haven't even really been into them at all.
Yeah. I mean, besides that one, I haven't seen Top Gun.
I watched Top Gun. Oh, you said Top Gun Maverick is nominated?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good movie.
I might have skipped it when I read. I don't know.
I don't think you did. I heard it. That
Okay.
was a really good movie. I watched that. Yeah, actually, I went and saw that with my boss.
Really?
Yeah, he brought us out. He's a big Top Gun guy.
Sure.
Like intensely into Top Gun. And
I think the one that won Best Picture was Everything Everywhere All at Once.
oh, the Oscars already happened?
Yeah, they were on the 12th, Sunday the 12th.
Oh. Nice. Yeah, I don't keep up with that kind of stuff.
Did you see
but-
Elvis?
No, I wanted to.
It was pretty good.
Okay. Well, okay.
mean, it
So
was-
my coworker saw it, and
Yeah.
he just saw it like recently,
Mm.
and he said that he liked it until he got to the part where, correct me if I'm wrong, but his wife was like, Elvis's wife was like 14 years old.
I don't even know if I remember that at all.
Okay, let me look
His
it up.
wife being yeah.
Because that's what he said. He was like, I really liked the movie until, like, I found out. And maybe it's not in the movie.
Oh,
but
maybe she was in real life. I don't know if that gets brought up in the movie. I'm trying to think. It gave me it's similar vibe, I guess, maybe just because it's about a famous musical artist, is similar vibe to Walk the Line.
Okay,
But
that's
more,
a good movie.
more Elvis style, more. It's very much like kind of a. I mean, if it's like if Las Vegas was a movie, it's very like in your face, lots of colors. It's almost like the whole thing is a music video.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
What's 45 minus 67? Or 67 minus 45?
That is 22.
Okay. So she was 22 when they got married then. She was born in 45. They got married in 67.
Okay. So I feel like that's not too bad. At least
No.
she was over 18. So
yeah, she was she was of age. So
yeah.
He was 42 though.
Yeah,
that's questionable.
That's a pretty big gap.
That's questionable.
Yeah.
No, wait, he was 42 at death. At his age of
dang.
death.
Yeah, he died pretty young.
Wait, I don't get this.
So
he was born in 35
when
and
was
she
he
was
born?
born in 45. So he was 10 years older than
Okay.
her.
So 32 and 22?
Yeah. That doesn't bother me. I wonder where he heard that she was.
Yeah, 32 and 22. I mean, now that'd be a little weird, but I think especially that in those days.
Found it. Priscilla was 21 and Elvis was 32 when they got married. I don't think that's a problem at all. I think that there's an age you get to when age within relationships don't matter anymore.
I think the acceptable age gets further. I'm talking so far away from my microphone.
Yeah.
The acceptable age gap gets larger as both
Time
people get
goes by.
older. Yeah.
Obviously,
like I think a 70-year-old marrying a 35-year-old is pretty weird.
that's pretty weird. But I think that like this, a 21-year-old marrying a 32-year-old is not that weird.
But like
Obviously,
a 21-year-old marrying a 10-year-old is very weird.
Right. Obviously, if they're underage,
Right.
like that's wrong. But
yeah, once you get to like, I don't know, especially for sure in your mid 20s, it can be a pretty big gap.
yeah, I would agree. Like 28 and 38. I feel like 10 years is kind of the cut, or 11 years, because Cody Carnes and Carrie Job are 11 years apart.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
And that kind of weirds me out a little bit.
Does it?
Kind of.
I think it's whatever.
I mean, I don't really care, but just in my mind, it's like I guess in my mind, he's pretty young and she's pretty old.
That's correct.
Yeah. So when maybe it's this, when both people are subjectively young, it's fine. When both people are subjectively old, it's fine. But somewhere in there's a fuzzy line, and when one person's on one side and the other person's on the other side, that's when it's weird.
Yeah. Okay. For those of you that don't know, Cody Carnes and Carrie Job are CCM artists, Christian music artists. They're really good, but they're married. And do you know how they met?
I do not.
He toured with her. He like played in her band, I think. And like that's how they met, and then they like started going out and they got married. Can you imagine like going on tour with this like iconic Christian artist?
Yeah.
She was huge.
Right, and he was kind of a nobody.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, yeah, when you're doing your own music thing and you start touring with somebody else, like that doesn't really mean anything. Or I mean, it's a big deal that you're touring with them, but if you're touring with somebody else,
but he didn't have the
name
name recognition that she
right,
did.
right. And Carrie Job was a huge artist, much bigger than she is now. Once upon a time,
right?
And like just being on her team would be incredible.
Yeah, for
a musician, like. But then being like, oh, I kind of have the hots for her. And then like straight up asking her out. Can you imagine what the rest of the band must have thought? Like, well, this is weird.
He like interrupts practice and he's like, all right, they're like, all right, let's go next song. He's like, hold on real quick. I gotta do something real quick.
Will you go on a date with me?
Hey, Carrie. Maybe she didn't even like, she was uncomfortable and just like, I guess
we can go out. It's fine. No, I don't think that that's true.
And then after that,
they're a lovely couple.
I'm saying maybe initially.
Sure, I guess. I don't
fell
know.
for him after. She just
feels weird to question their relationship.
I'm not questioning the relationship. I'm just saying maybe the beginning of it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
While I was thinking about movies, I was having a conversation with somebody about who is the best comedy actor of all time.
Ooh.
So I have
You have a list?
a list of 5 options.
Okay.
And I want you to rank them.
Okay. I can do that.
All right, here we go.
I hope I know who all these people are.
You should.
Okay.
Will Ferrell,
Got it.
Jim Carrey,
Okay.
Steve Carell.
Okay.
That's Michael Scott.
Yes. I'm trying to think of who Jim Carrey is. Why can't I put a name to that face?
He's like, my goodness, Bruce Almighty.
Gotcha. Jim Carrey. I know who that is.
So Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey, Steve Carell, Jack Black,
Okay.
Adam Sandler.
Wow. What a lineup. Okay. I think that Steve Carell's
Okay.
top tier actor, mainly because of The Office.
Right.
Like I've seen him in a couple different movies and things, but I thought that was for sure his strongest performance. I don't think anybody would disagree with me. I definitely think he's at the top of the list. Okay. A close second, Jim Carrey. I can't even tell you how excited I get when he's in a movie that I'm going to.
No, that's...
I'm like, oh my word, I just can't wait for the Jim Carrey scenes. Like, even if he's like not really that big of a deal. Also, unpopular opinion, loved him in The Batman. Not The Batman, like the new one that came out, but he played Riddler in a really...
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, in an old... I think it was a Michael Keaton Batman.
Really?
Yeah.
Loved
Loved it. He did great. It was
I bet
awesome.
he did. He's good.
Skin tight, like spandex era of superhero movies. It was hilarious. But I think he would play an excellent Joker.
He really would.
He would play an excellent Joker.
He's just so over the top, but he does it so well.
Especially now that he's all creepy and like
He's just
weird.
so old.
He's so weird nowadays.
Yeah, he's like really weird. Like
he's like a really weird philosophical.
He's not actually into Scientology, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if he was into Scientology.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Oh, so the rest of the rankings.
Yeah.
So Steve Carell, Jim Carrey, I probably Adam Sandler because I like his movies more than who were the last two?
Will Ferrell and Jack Black.
Yeah, then I'd go Jack Black, then Will Ferrell.
Wow.
Because Will Ferrell, like, he's a good actor, don't get me wrong, but like I think Elf, like immediately, which is an awesome movie, but I'm over it and like he'll never make a movie that good again.
You could say the same thing about Steve Carell in The Office.
Right, but that's like a 9-season. He's only in what, 7 seasons?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like you see how much that show plummeted once he left.
No, that's true.
Like he had a huge impact on comedy
For sure.
like television comedy. Like much more than Will Ferrell, I think.
Maybe. I think Will Ferrell's had a pretty big impact on comedy and movies.
I guess. I this is just personal opinion.
Yeah,
I don't
that's fine.
I don't like his movies as well. But he does make me laugh, don't get me wrong. They're all excellent choices. Yeah. Jack Black I feel like doesn't act a ton anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
He's in Jumanji, but
Yep. I can't think of anything else recent. I mean, he's in Kung Fu Panda.
That's true. Crush those movies, man.
Mm-hmm.
Great talking. He should start a podcast. He's so good at talking.
It's interesting when actors can cross that bridge, and go into like slightly different types. I know it's still a comedy, but I'd imagine it's a lot different voice acting than live action.
Yeah.
You know? And I think he does both well.
Chris Pratt does a lot of both. He's in the new Mario movie.
That's true. And he plays
Mario.
Emmett in Lego Movie.
Yep. I think that might.
That's all I can think of.
But I mean, he does both,
good.
and he does both good.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my ranking.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go Jim Carrey number 1.
Okay.
Love Jim Carrey.
He's great. Yep.
So funny. I think he's one of the only people or actors that I can think of that can do that really physical comedy, like the slapstick kind of stupid, and like his facial expressions are so good.
Yeah. Loved him in Dumb and Dumber.
Yes. Yeah.
So good. And
he's one of the only people that could pull that movie off, I think.
I think so too. Like, and his co-star.
Yep.
Which I don't know.
I don't remember his name.
But I think it's crazy to me to watch Dumb and Dumber and then watch like Bruce Almighty and know that they're the same people.
Yeah.
Like, what? It's crazy. Like, yeah, he's a great actor.
Really
definitely good for top 1.
He loses a few points for the Sonic movies.
Oh,
you seen those?
I haven't seen them, but
He's I
heard
he
like carried the movies.
I mean, that's not saying that it was Like he was okay, and everyone else was really bad. Is what I
Gotcha.
would say.
Yeah, okay.
It's that type of deal. And then close second is Steve Carell.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you said,
Right.
spot on. I'd put Will Ferrell number 3.
Okay.
I think he's really good. Yeah, he's kind of the elf guy,
Yeah.
but he's also in Daddy's Home.
That is a good movie.
He's in what's that one with Mark Wahlberg where they're like cops? The other guys. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I thought you said Mark Wahlberg. I was like, Daddy's Home, but
Daddy's Home. We talked about this.
you already went over that one.
No. I'd probably do Jack Black next.
Okay.
And Adam Sandler, distant fifth.
Oh, you don't like Adam Sandler that much?
Can't stand Adam Sandler.
No, I think he's funny.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't really think he does. Like, in my opinion, his stuff is never really funny. It's just him saying something regular in a dumb voice.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He makes me laugh. I don't watch a ton of comedy movies, though.
Sure.
Like, it's not my go-to genre. I'm more of like an action drama.
For sure. Yeah.
I like romance in my movies.
And just last episode, you said you and your girlfriend don't agree on movies. She doesn't get into those romance
I didn't mean
movies.
that, like, we don't watch movies together, but, like...
But you said you don't agree on movies. What movie... Does she like the... What is she watching that you don't
I don't know.
agree
She
with?
just, like, watches... She watches a lot of shows. Like, she watches a lot of New Girl. She's watching Farmer Needs Wife or something
Gotcha.
like that.
So she's into comedies, and you don't like the comedies.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
All right.
don't know.
Well, that's my ranking the comedy actors
Not
segment.
bad, not
I think
bad.
That was fun.
Mentioning actor, that leads me into our next segment.
Nice.
It's called Quote of the Week, and obviously an actor made the quote of the week. I don't know how often we're going to do this segment, but I got one. Just because it made me think, okay? And I was like, is this a stupid quote? Is it an inspiring quote? I don't know. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, it's his quote, okay?
Okay.
I think it's his quote. I don't know. I heard him say it. And it goes like this, okay? One day or day one.
Ooh.
Does
Yeah,
that
yeah.
inspire you?
I kind of like it. So it's saying
It's basically saying
you can
Are
you
you
can
going-
say one day I'll do it, or you can say today is day one.
today is day one of doing this.
Yeah.
Or of not doing this or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. It made me think. Like, and maybe that's all a quote needs to do is make you think for it to be a good quote.
I
don't know.
like it. It kind of gets me going a little bit. It's like, okay, here we
It's
go.
like, okay.
Let's do it.
Are we going to start a podcast one day?
No.
Are we going to
Today
make
is-
today the first day we start a podcast?
You know what it reminds me of is when pastors will like make their main point kind of reverse on itself like that. They'll be like, church, you can say that one day you will address some, I don't know, you will, you
You're
can say that
losing
one,
me.
you can
You're
say
losing
one
me.
day you will come back to church, or you can say
Today is the first day.
Today is day
going back
one.
to church.
This is why I'm not a pastor, because I can't do it. But
Yeah,
I can't turn the words around
Right.
on themselves.
But it was interesting. It was an interesting quote that just made me think. I was like,
Yeah.
that's, I don't know. It was, I think it was worthy of mentioning. But that's,
I like it.
So that's quote of the week, guys. Basically, I say a quote and you all listen to it and maybe change your life around.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows, Colin? We could have changed somebody's life.
I think we did. If we changed your life,
Leave
leave,
a
a 5-star review
and let us
tell
know.
us how.
Yeah, leave a 5-star review and a 3-paragraph note on how this quote affected you.
Doesn't even have to be true.
Could just be
Make
made
something up. We might read it.
Just
on
made
the
it
pod.
up.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
I worked really hard on that.
I bet you did. You worked really hard getting The Rock to say that. So
Yeah,
you could
dude.
Talk about it on your podcast.
I DM'd him and asked him,
Dude, give me a really good quote.
dude, have you ever had a famous person respond to your DM?
I've never DM'd a famous person.
Okay. So, well, my girlfriend has DM'd Brandon Lake, who's another Christian music artist.
Yeah.
Pretty huge Christian
you
music
respond?
artist. Yes.
What? Give me the context.
I don't remember the exact context, but she went to one of his concerts, I think, and was like, she like DM'd him and was like, that was an awesome concert, like so cool or something like that. And he was like, thank you so much for coming out. Like, it was awesome to be
That's
there.
cool.
Like, it wasn't just, from what I remember about it, it wasn't just like a thanks, like
Yeah.
a bot
it
responder
was like
or
a
something.
sentence or two.
Yeah.
That's cool.
She flipped out. It was awesome. But my little brother, I told him we're starting a podcast, and he was like, dude, you got to start with a guest. Like, have your first episode have a guest on it. That's how big podcasts are made. And I was like, maybe true, but we're never going to be a big podcast. That's not what I said. This is just my negative
one
thoughts.
Day or day one?
Thank you, Colin. I needed that. But I was like, okay, what do you suggest, Lincoln? And he was like, I don't know, like just DM a bunch of people and ask them to come on your podcast. And I was like, I don't think you understand. He doesn't have Instagram. I was like, I don't think you understand how DMing
just getting a
works.
response is it?
Yeah,
is
just getting a response is the big. Like even having them look at it.
Honestly, though, I don't hate the idea. Like we just find like 100 celebrities.
Should we DM Jake Triplett?
I think
be like, please come on the pod, Jake.
I think we just, yeah.
I think we just asked him to. Did we just ask him to?
Should we clip this and send it to him?
Jake, please come on the pod.
Be on our podcast.
We'll have you, absolutely.
Without a doubt.
What would that do to our ratings, dude? Skyrocket.
Yes, it would. 100%. Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay, we'll make that happen. Our next segment.
We'll make that happen. We're going to do it. We're going to DM him, guys. We'll keep you in the loop. Brad can come too.
Yeah. Bring the whole gang.
From the Ghost Runners podcast, for those of you that don't know. That's who they are.
Our next segment is going to be called News Recap, where I'm going to go over just some of the latest news that's happened. It's a pretty difficult to understand title, but I think they'll figure it out.
Colin's kind of in the know on stuff, whereas
especially
I'm not.
Especially when I've signed up to do this segment, and I'm like, oh crap, I got.
But you're like, even without a podcast, like you're like a 19-year-old who's not, or you're like a 19-year-old who like acts like a 30-year-old. Like,
well, thanks.
Like you're just in the know on the news. You know what I mean?
Sure. Okay.
I wasn't trying.
No, I know you weren't. I'm just messing with you. Okay. I thought this was interesting. California might ban Skittles.
What?
Do I have your attention?
Yes.
Okay.
I love Skittles. They're like one of my favorite things. You know that about me.
I know that. A little more context. There's a proposed law that would ban an additive or several additives that are used in Skittles, Sour Patch Kids, Pez, and jelly beans.
Oh.
Apparently, it's linked to cancer and organ damage.
Oh my!
Which I don't know how much. I don't know how much I believe that, because you know those tags or labels that are on everything
may cause cancer.
Yeah, this is known to the state of California to cause cancer.
I love that they say that. They're like the state of California, the whole nation is not really behind this.
We all have to deal with this now because California is being overprotective.
They're like, hey everybody, so like 49 out of 50 states agree that this is probably okay, but California says that you need to know it might cause cancer.
We couldn't just the popular vote obviously doesn't apply here.
Nope.
I wonder if any state can do that with anything.
Who pays for those tags?
I think it's one of those deals where in California, if an item is distributed, it has to have that, but it's just cheaper for the company to put it on everything than it is to make two different versions of it. I could be 100% wrong.
That makes sense to me. I'm just over here going, is Missouri paying for tags that say California?
This is so freaking stupid. I have to do this for California's dumb law. They're just ridiculously bitter about it.
That's crazy. They're going to ban, or they might ban Skittles.
Yeah.
And Sour Patch Kids. Yep. That's a big.
There's 5 substances. A few of them I can't even pronounce. One of them is Red Dye 3, which I feel like I've heard people talk about before.
I think I've heard of that too. It reminds me of like a audio drama that I used to listen to, where this hair dye was causing scalp irritations. It was called Green Dye Number 6, and they had to take it out.
Same type of deal.
Long story short, they had to take it out of their product. It turned your shampoo from a very simple white to a fresh, clean, minty green.
So I'm imagining what would happen if this law goes through is they'll just change the recipe of these a little bit to not have this stuff.
I suppose.
But it's still pretty crazy.
Yeah, that California can cause a nationwide...
Well, it'd just be in California.
Candy. Well, they're not going to just change it for California.
Oh, if they change it. I thought you meant if they banned it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, I love Skittles so much.
Can you imagine if you were in California, you'd be like, we need to move.
Freaking hate.
I mean, that wouldn't be the only reason to move out of California, but that would push you over the edge.
No, if I lived in California, I'd probably agree.
That's true. Maybe
you should get rid of these Skittles. They're bad for me. These cause cancer.
I haven't eaten them since 2006. These things are killing me.
2006.
Okay. Other news. Trump has all of his social media back. Do you know this?
No.
Yeah. Like Instagram and Facebook gave it back like I think it was around a month ago.
Really?
And then YouTube just gave him back his account a few days ago.
What does he have a YouTube channel for?
Just puts videos out. I'm subscribed.
Like,
you know.
hi, everybody.
No, it's just like commercials and that kind of crap.
Oh, his campaign stuff?
Yeah.
Cool.
But he just put out a video first time in 2 years titled "I'm Back." I think in all caps.
Like,
And I
did
was
he have
like,
Arnold Schwarzenegger in it?
No.
I'll be back.
Maybe you should have. You should do his marketing.
I should do his marketing.
We DM him too.
President Trump,
dude, come
I
on the
have
pod.
genius ideas for you, man. Okay? First of all, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Just
okay?
more movie clips in general would
Yes.
do a lot of good for you.
Would.
It really would.
Movie clips are always better.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, no matter what your opinions are on Trump, this is going to make all of our lives so much more entertaining.
Amen to that. Amen to that. I can see like every news.
Because I've been these past how long has it been? It's been over 2 years.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy
And
to
I've
me.
had a Trump-shaped hole in my heart, missing the dumb things he would say on Twitter. It was,
Dude, I can just imagine like every news station being like, "Oh my gosh, he got him back. He got him back. He got him back." Like, clear the schedule. This is all we're covering for the rest of the time that he has him.
you have like an intern that just like all
he
you do
does
is
is
refresh Trump's feed on every platform. Oh, he said something. They're like,
like
stop
that.
everything. We're covering it.
Have you seen the movie Pitch Perfect?
I have not.
Oh, there's just this guy. This lady goes into a record label, and this one guy's his only job is to watch YouTube videos and find the next Justin Bieber. That's the only thing he's in charge of.
Like, honestly, not even as a joke, that should be someone's job at a record label. It's just watching like YouTubers and SoundCloud artists, I guess, with no
I don't know.
following.
I don't know.
Just be like, that's the one.
I think the music industry is very full.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think it needs more. I think that there's so many people out there making music, and there's so many people who can sing that it's not really on record labels. I don't think actively look for people to sign, because I think that
You think that the people are looking for them?
yeah, I think that people, they want to get signed because they want somebody else to do the work for them. Like a lot of a record label's job is promoting the artist, right? So when you are signed to a record label, you have to do less promoting or less strategizing for promoting, and they do it for you. So, and they have resources that make it a lot easier to do those things. But
Joe Exotic is running for president in 2024.
What?
From federal prison.
Okay, hold on. First of all, like, we were over here.
I
now
know.
we're over there.
I couldn't not. I saw
say
it
it.
and I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Okay. I never watched.
I didn't either.
What's the
the
that
Tiger
called?
King.
The Tiger King. Okay, so I don't know a ton about Joe Exotic, but from what I do know, he was a guy who had a lot of tigers.
Tigers. I think at a zoo or of some sort.
He's in prison because of
I think
animal abuse.
I think he hired someone to kill Carol Baskin.
What?
I think.
Who's Carol Baskin?
I think a competing zoo owner or something.
We should look this up.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm going to, while you look for
You
that,
keep talking.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about his website, www.joeexotic2024.com.
Oh my gosh.
Let me pull that up real quick. When you get to the homepage, before it even brings you to like his regular page, it pops up with this like overlay, which is like 5 paragraphs of text and a picture of him behind like this cheesy American flag background.
Okay.
So that's some context.
Wait, is this a meme or is this real?
It says, a message from Joe Exotic. Thank you for your interest in my campaign. Yes, I know I am in federal prison and you might think this is a joke, but it's not. It is my constitutional right to do this even from here. And then he goes on, I've been put here only because of the corruption of the Department of Justice, blah, blah, blah. So you continue to his website, and it's just like, I mean, it looks like it's from 1987, roughly.
Wow.
I don't. It's
The picture?
yeah, just the whole website.
Oh, the whole website just looks old. It just
yeah, look at this thing.
Wow.
It's pretty great. But he's
I
got
love it. He got a tiger right on the front.
oh
there.
yeah, just
like
he's just cuddling.
I am
that
the
thing.
Tiger King. Okay,
He's
I
embracing
have why he's in prison. 17 federal charges of animal abuse and 2 counts of attempted murder for hire in regards to his nemesis Carol Baskin.
Yeah. But what's hilarious is he has like a whole platform and everything. Like,
Yeah.
his list of issues: prison reform, criminal justice reform,
Prison reform. He's like basically
immigration,
why I'm in here.
foreign affairs, taxes, term limits, Social Security, and Medicare. He's very much
He's like legit.
he's
candidate.
a libertarian. I think he's affiliated with he's affiliated with the Libertarian Party.
Wow.
So I mean, I don't understand how.
Is there a party backing him, or is he independent?
I think the Libertarian Party is backing him.
Shut up.
That's
really?
what it says. Libertarian as the Libertarian Party logo, and a link to it on his website. So he's legit running for president.
That's wild.
Federal prison.
Has this ever been done before?
I don't know, but it makes me think. Actually, officially, right now, I am running for president. Ian, would you like to be my running mate?
No. What?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be
2024.
president. Are you really?
I don't meet the age limit quite yet, but I figure if you can do it from federal prison, you can do it when you're too young. You know?
Yes. Well, I'm sure there's nothing that says you can't.
No, but also the practicality of it. Like, how would you go anywhere?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense, I guess.
Well, okay, but if you're if you become president from federal prison,
Yep. Just do everything remotely.
well, no, I'm sure you could pardon yourself.
Oh my gosh. That's wow, I didn't even think about that.
You didn't think of that?
No, that's insane.
It's probably the whole reason he wants to be president.
He has merch and I really want it.
Okay, people have done this before, I think.
People have run from prison?
Yeah. Has anyone ever run from jail?
Did you Google it?
I'm
Is that what's
reading,
happening right
yeah.
now? This is a lot more fun probably on YouTube if you wanna
Debs
just-
ran for president in 1920 election while imprisoned in the Atlantic Federal Penitentiary.
That's
Whoever
insane.
Debs is, but
Obviously, this person didn't win.
no. Which president was a prisoner? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, this is just War of 1812. President Jackson.
Well, he has a section on his site with endorsements, and I don't know who any of these people are, and it looks like most of them are just screenshots of Instagram accounts.
Oh, my word, that they literally are. They're like profile pictures.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's so funny. Wow. Well, I wish you all the best, Joe Exotic. If you make it to the ballot, that'll be something. That'll be something.
This is gonna be good. I'm excited.
If he makes it to can you imagine Joe Exotic being president? I guess I don't know much about him. Maybe he'd be a great president.
Maybe he would.
I think we need to see some debates, some speeches. We need to make some
How is that
some
gonna happen?
campaign moves.
How is any of this gonna happen?
Zoom? It's all the rage. Everybody's doing it.
Everyone's
Zoom.
doing it.
We'll just zoom in. It'll be perfect.
Joe, your mic is muted.
Joe, your mic's muted, Joe. Please unmute your mic, Joe.
Just hit the space bar.
Can you hear me now? Is this working? Can you hear me
I
now?
can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, so basically I want to run for president. That's hilarious. Wow. Joe Exotic runs for president. I have a why do people do that for the week.
Okay.
Which is a segment where we ask the question, why do people do that? And today's why do people do that is, Colin, why do people feed the ducks at a pond? Like the ducks at the pond are designed to live in an ecosystem where they know how to get food. Yeah. They don't need your dollar store bread.
In the wild, there's no Beth and Joe throwing their bread at the duck,
What's that Dwight quote? In the wild, there is no healthcare. In the wild, they're out. I hurt my leg. I can't run, and a lion eats me.
I am the lion.
I'm the lion. I am the lion. I forgot about that part. No, but okay, that's a legitimate question I have. Why do people feed the ducks at a pond? Because they don't want your. I mean, they
obviously
want.
It.
Sorry,
yeah.
they don't. Want
they really,
it, but they don't need your bread.
They don't.
And you're just scaring all the fish away. I just think of those videos where somebody.
It's just kind of a weird thing to do. Also, do you get joy from it?
Where does the impulse come from?
Is it just something to do?
I mean, what are you gonna do today? I'm gonna go feed the ducks at the pond. It's just my weekly thing.
It's such it makes sense because it's just something that people have always done,
Yeah.
to us.
You see it and you're not that's weird. You're just that. I'm just that's annoying. Why are you doing that?
I'm trying to think of an analogy, something that similar. I don't know. It's
Yeah, there's nothing
it's
really
just,
like
it's something
it.
that doesn't need to be done at all, that you're just doing, and that takes up time.
Right, which is like our whole segment of why do
Yeah,
people do that.
it's like why would you start a podcast when you could have just
talked for an
talked
hour
without people having to listen to you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know. It just kind of grinds my gears because they don't need that. They're like, it's not like you're feeding something that needs food. You
Right.
know
It's
what
not
I
like it's a
mean?
pet. Like,
No,
obviously
it's
it
not a
makes
pet.
sense to feed your dog, because otherwise
Exactly.
it would die.
But the ducks are
The ducks live in the wild. They get their own food.
exactly. And now you're over here with a swarm of ducks around you.
Now you're stressing them out because they all want it. They're
You
fighting
gotta ask the
over it.
question too, like, what's gonna happen when you run out of bread?
They've been relying all this time.
Are they gonna come
They've
after
evolved
you?
to not need.
Exactly. They're relying on your weekly bread. that
Yeah.
comes
So
by.
now they don't know how to find.
And now
food
you've turned
themselves.
into like the pigeon lady from Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, and all you do is stand around feeding the ducks
Right.
all day long. And you've spent all your money on feeding the ducks. And now you can't afford bread yourself.
So you've starved yourself.
You've starved yourself to
gotten
feed
rid
the
of the
freaking
ducks.
ducks.
You've gotten rid of the duck's ability to provide for itself.
It's wrong. It's
You've
just
done-
wrong and wrong. You've done a massive hoarder
Yes.
today.
It's pretty messed up.
It's
dude.
pretty messed
You need
up.
to
So
stop.
stop feeding the ducks, everybody. And why is it mainly like elderly women? like I've never seen like, you know, a college student in his
Yeah.
mid-20s.
Where you going, dude?
mid-20s.
Bro,
Like
I'm
a
just
college student in his
feeding the
early
ducks.
20s is like, yeah. What are you doing after your second class, dude? Like, yeah, well, I'm going to go feed the ducks
Got like
quick.
a half hour, feed some ducks.
Feed the ducks. I don't. It might be like
I
the
could see
best way to
that
pick up a chick ever
if she's 75.
if she's into feed. She's 75.
If you're into that.
Oh, I'm gonna go feed the ducks. I might meet somebody over there.
Feeling a little crazy.
Feeling a little wild. That's funny. No, but like, who knows? Maybe somebody maybe a girl on campus walks by you feeding the ducks, and
She's
they're
like, oh, that's sweet.
that's so sweet. I bet he would
likes
feed
animals.
me too.
He can provide for ducks. He can probably provide for a family.
He's definitely husband material. This will be great. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're out there looking for.
That's what
Guys,
it all comes down to.
We just figured out what women want.
If you're a guy and you're looking for a girl, just go to your local pond,
Go to your local pond and
grab
feed
a
the
loaf
ducks
of bread, and feed the freaking ducks.
and see how long it takes. I guarantee you.
If it's over
okay?
5 minutes,
You're doing something wrong.
Leave a 5-star review and tell us why. What
and
you're
then
doing wrong.
Try a different brand of
Yeah.
bread. Like, are you doing white? Or are you doing whole wheat? Because whole wheat has more fiber, which is supposedly
Get one of
better
those
for them.
get one of those Italian breads that he has in Aladdin. That he's just like running down the street with.
You
Get
could
one
do
of those
that.
things.
You know what? I bet you could go to like Subway or something. Oh, Panera. That's what it is. You could go to Panera and get their bread that they throw out at the end of the day because it's old.
Yeah. Just like, hey,
Or they throw
I'm
it
gonna
away
feed
or
it to
donate it
ducks.
or something and be like, yo, I'm just going to feed it to the ducks.
I'm looking for my future wife here. This is important stuff.
Exactly. Colin, you should go feed the ducks.
I will. I will do it.
Okay. I just thought of something genius. This is the new way we ask or we tell somebody to like get out in the go dip your toes in the water, man. Go feed the ducks.
If someone has a breakup, it's like, dude, there's lots of fish in the ocean, lots of ducks in the pond. You just start feeding them.
You can always go feed the ducks again.
Dude, feed the ducks. You'll find someone.
We've like totally objectified women now. They're just ducks. They're just ducks in a pond. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, just go. Just get out there and feed the ducks, everybody. Just go feed the ducks. Yeah, that's my why do people do that? Okay.
Well, we
but
figured
it's-
out why.
But it's turned into why don't people do that?
Why aren't more people feeding the ducks?
Everybody needs to go feed the ducks. Okay, people, find your
You
local
have no
ducks.
reason not to be feeding the ducks.
Go unless you're not
If
single.
you're taken, why are you feeding the ducks?
Why are you feeding
that's
the ducks
messed up,
if you're
dude.
taken? Like
That's
if you're not if you're taken or if you're not looking, let somebody else feed the ducks. You're crowding the pond. Okay, get out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our why do/why don't people do this for the week. And I feel like we should end the podcast every day or every episode with the why do people do that.
Okay.
This way, when people get to why do people do that, they know, okay,
We're wrapping it up. We got 10, 15 minutes, 20 if they get a little crazy.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah. But that's all I got for why do people do that. Yeah, Colin, what should these
Yeah.
Lovely people do.
Give us 5 stars if you like the podcast. Follow us in all the places if you would be so kind.
There it is.
Get out there and feed the ducks.
Get out there and feed the ducks.
Thanks for listening.